Hey, this is Brad with BGS. Welcome to our YouTube channel. And today I'm going to talk about a recent test that I conducted with a client, and it's on countdown timers on your product page. And really, the results were pretty shocking for both myself and the client. So I'm going to talk about that today. A little bit of background about me. I'm a revenue optimization expert with BGS. So I help our clients grow and scale their business. And I'm also an instructor with our Ecommerce Business Blueprint, which is our beginner's level course that we have. Okay, so a little bit of background with my client. They have the background in sales funnels. So they're collectibles, and they're like limited edition type things. And with a sales funnel, you go to the page from like a Facebook ad or whatever, and you only have an option to either buy the item or leave the page. You can't really shop around and add other items to the cart and things like that. So it's very limited, very laser focused. But they came to us and we've helped them launch a full-fledged Ecom store on Shopify in print on demand. Kind of the same niche, but these are print on demand products. So they've got a wide range of products. It's a full-on store, not funnels. And what they wanted to do was test the countdown timers on sale items, which were like new product launches on their goodie store. So my first instinct was, no, this is a bad idea. But you always want to test these things, right? Now, first thing, never do countdown timers on your cart page. Okay, those are fake. Because when someone leaves a cart, they come back and then the timer like resets or whatever. It causes mistrust in the site. So you never want to have that on your cart page. The product page is something I haven't really tested. And my instinct was like, no, that's going to be spammy. Let's not do it. But it's always worth testing things to see. They really wanted to do it. And these were real timers. Okay, so it is true scarcity. So these are for their new products that they're launching. And for each new product, it would have a 30-day countdown timer on it. And again, it's a real timer. It's on sale for about 30% off the normal price. And once the timer goes to zero after 30 days, then it's no longer on sale and it reverts to the original price. Okay, so we went ahead and agreed to do the test. And their expectations were that the timer would work because they've worked with their sales funnels. So obviously to them, it would totally work on their product pages. Okay, my expectation was that it would hurt the conversions, that it would drive people away. They would think that they're fake, that they're spammy. And the other thing too is on their on mobile, the countdown timer would take a majority of the space on your screen. I mean, probably, let's say 70% of the screen was the timer. It was huge. It was like that, and then the page was like that. So I was like, this is just, not going to work. Okay, so we ran the test. The test was only on these new products that had timers. Okay, you had the original, which was without the timers, and then you had the B, the variation, which was with the timers. Okay, ran the test for 3 weeks, and after a little longer than 3 weeks, and ended the test. And the results were shocking. And they're shocking because it was a tie. Now, to us, when you're doing a test like that on the product page, you don't look at the conversion, the overall conversion rate. You want to look at what we call a micro conversion, and that is how many people actually added the product to the cart page. Okay, so when you look at the original and then the variant with the timer, they were to the decimal point exactly. Actually, I think it was like a 0.01% difference, but a tie. I've never seen a test that tied like exactly like that, especially with that long of time and the number of impressions. So it was a shock. Now, the funny thing is not just the results of it, but this really uncovered cognitive bias with both myself and my client. So to me, seeing it resulting in a tie, it was like a punch in the gut. I really thought the timers were going to lose. I was going to like rub it in their face and say, you're wrong. But no, it was, I really thought it was lose. And for me, for it to tie, like the timer won in a way. I almost felt like defeated. Like, what the heck do I know? Anyway. So I saw my bias there, but then looking at the bias of my client, to them, they thought the timers would win. So this was like a shock to them. And to them, the tie was meant that the timer lost. And they're like, go ahead and get rid of it. They just could not believe it. So it's just funny how with the tie that we each thought, we had totally different interpretations of the results. So we went ahead and removed the timers. And this says something about having cognitive bias, and that's like your own beliefs that you have, your own worldview. That's why, I try to avoid talking politics, especially if you have people on the extremes, on both the right and the left, because people are so in their worldview that you can't, there's no point in explaining to it, because they see things and they interpret things in different ways. Especially when you go very extreme. That's why you can give flat earthers as many facts as you want to, and their identity is wrapped into it, and they just will not accept it. So with testing, you need to be objective and kind of step out of your box. You do want to have hypotheses, but then you want to be objective too at the same time. So you can say, we do not want to have timers because people will think they're spammy. Well, is that an interpretation or is that fact? Okay, so you really need to look at that, be objective, and just look at the data and let the data and the evidence guide you. Okay, so in this case, stepping back a bit, how did it result in a tie? Now, I really need to do probably some more testing and dig a little deeper in it. Probably user testing with the timers would work, where people would be assigned a task and they can talk through it and it's recorded and they could actually tell you what they're thinking while they're seeing the page. That would probably provide some amazing insights, but in my case, I'm thinking that the customer base, since it's a simpler niche, they're probably used to it a bit. And also the ad creatives, when I was looking at the ad creatives, they exactly matched with pictures, exactly matched the landing page of the product that the customers were driven to. So they didn't go into this blind and just see this massive timer on the screen. They already saw the product, they clicked on it, you had the timer, they scroll down a bit, you'd see it, you get all the other information. So it was a little bit less of an effect there. So anyway, this is why you always need to test things. Don't assume, because you know what happens when you assume, right? So don't assume. Always be objective with your testing, and always be testing. It's like used to be in sales, and there's a movie called Glenn Ross, I believe, and in that movie there's a famous line, ABC, always be closing. Well, it's kind of the same thing, except it's ABT, always be testing. Okay, and just to recap, always make sure that you're testing, that you're making data-driven decisions, that you keep an open mind, don't let your bias come into play, question everything, don't make assumptions, and that's it for today. So if you like this, please like, comment, and we want to hear your comments, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, if you would like assistance growing or scaling your business, just go to www.workwithbgs.com and we can help you build, grow, and scale. And I'll catch you next time. See ya.